getting published is important for new faculty. They spread their understanding that way, and it's also a requirement generally for tenure and promotion. So we've looked at a game-based way to get faculty to start learning how to publish. First of all, we've divided them into different teams, and each team is based on their discipline. They then go into a journal that they've found valuable, look up the ranking of that journal, which is a statistical fact on publications that come from that journal. They then isolate a particular journal and go in and look at some of the ways articles are written and categorized in that journal. And then ultimately, they have to learn how to go into a database and put in their results. You're going to find that most of the work happens here, but you need to know the whole process. Now, the first thing, though, the faculty member needs to know, and probably does know this, that there are many different types of journals, and among them they use and publish different types of research. There's classic research, there's action research done by a teacher in his or her own classroom, there's theory development. So what the faculty team would do would be to go in, find a journal, get this type of data. They then want to look also at what type of writing styles does that journal require. Is it the classic third person? First person, when you're writing, you want to be sure you understand the audience that they're writing to. So that's another piece of data they collect about the journal. Then once they've collected this data, they're ready to go on and start seeing how they can use this data to actually inform their own work. So they have to first, though, be able to get the data into the database. That's another area that we go over. And as they finally covered all of those areas, they're ready to become part of the loop. Now, once they've got those core skills, this loop allows them to start really becoming productive, looking at new journals, getting the information, logging it into the database. And part of the challenge here becomes the fact that there is a little competition. The different faculty members are going to want to, number one, see if that journal hasn't been already reported on, which means they can't use that same journal. And they also see whether other discipline teams might actually be further ahead of them. Now, once they've put in their different data, they know that they've contributed to their own team and to the other new faculty. So they've really had a sense of success there. Now, the important last step recognized is how do you integrate the social? Now, one of the things that we hope initially will come out of this is that we're going to have some cross-disciplinary publications because everyone's going to be aware of each other's area, so that development of the database serves as a foundation there. And what we've done is, by bringing new faculty together in this, they get a chance to see some people in other content areas. They've been able to celebrate one another and are starting to hopefully think of new research paradigms that could be possible. And ultimately, they can make a significant contribution to academia and to learning because they've now gone further in their understanding of how to work with the different journals, which ties back to the original goal of helping new faculty get published. And ultimately, the publication is a way of ensuring that the field of education keeps on growing and helps the students themselves, and ultimately helps society.